Was Terence Crawford stripped by the IBF to force a fight with Jaron Boots Ennis? What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all. So, everybody knows by now what's going on with Terence Bud Crawford, the IBF, Jaron Boots Ennis. And my question is, do y'all feel like that the IBF stripped Terence Bud Crawford to force a fight with Boots Ennis, and is that fair? I just want to give my 992 nickels for anybody listening.
Fights ain't easy to make because of paperwork. At the time Bud was trying to get the fight with Spence, he was stuck in between a lot of paperwork. He was trying to get away from barren. It don't work like that, and people know that, but people try to play dumb like this is wrestling and you could just make a move because we all under the same roof. That's not how it goes. So a fight with them anyway would have been tough to make.
Alright, y'all, so a lot of blame going around right now. You know, the Terence Crawford fans, they're really bitter and angry that Bud only got to be undisputed for 2 months.
Buy another one, you rich motherfucker. Fuck your couch, nigga. Fuck your couch. Darknesses.
And they're actually blaming Errol Spence Jr. for this because they're saying, well, if the IBF allowed Errol Spence to hold on to the belt for all these years without defending it or giving Boots a shot, why are they stripping Terence Crawford so quickly?
What?
And here's the thing about that, that part of it.
Fuck IBF and their organization.
Terence Crawford knew what he was getting into before he fought Errol Spence Jr. That topic had been talked about so much before that fight actually happened. And we all know that fight kind of came together in the middle of the night, and it was announced the next day. And people were so surprised that those two guys were actually finally going to fight that you gotta believe that if they were doing all this in the background the whole time, if they were putting all this together, at some point that would have crossed Terence Crawford's mind. Like, okay, Earl, if I win this fight, Errol Spence has that IBF title, and he's supposed to have fought Boots for like 2 years. So the first thing that's going to happen is the Boots Ennis fight is going to get thrown into my face.
Hey woman, since your old man ain't got no heart, maybe you'd like to see a real man. Bet you stay up late every night dreaming you had a real man, don't you? I tell you what, bring your pretty little self over to my apartment tonight, and I'll show you a real man.
So if he didn't think about that, that's kind of his own fault. You should have had that on your mind the whole time. So you can't sit up here and say, well, I blame Errol Spence because Errol Spence should have went ahead and did his mandatory defense. No, Errol Spence got exemptions, which I don't totally agree with all the exemptions he got, because I made a video and someone said I should be saying that Errol Spence should have gotten stripped. I actually made a video about that when he was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao. So go back and look through my archive of videos and you'll find that. I'm not just a fan of Errol Spence. I like Errol Spence. I kind of like Terence Crawford in a way too, but I like Errol Spence a little bit more. So it's not just that I make videos about Errol Spence to diss Terence Crawford, or I don't, critique Errol Spence and the things he's done. I've done that in the past as well.
I know why he like that, cause you drunk. Don't tell me to be quiet, he drunk. Now, I know what wonder tonic you had.
Terence Crawford should have known better. He should have known that at some point Jaron Boots Ennis' name is going to come up, and he should have known if there's a rematch clause in there, even if you beat the crap out of Spence, he's probably going to want a rematch just because.
He ain't get my cornbread, Claude.
You got to at least try to get that get back. And there are some people saying that, I don't want to see Spence rematch Terence Crawford. I don't want to see it. Terence Crawford beat him so bad that there's no need for this rematch. Listen.
Yeah, I saw the fight you had and you beat him pretty bad. I think you should fight him again. Yeah, like tomorrow. All right, so it's me. Yeah, so what? Well, how'd you know I disguised my voice?
I know there's no excuse in boxing. Boxing is the one sport where athletes can't get hurt, for some reason, even though this is one of the most violent sports that you could be involved with. There are no injuries in boxing, and people can't get hurt. And accidents can happen that can impact somebody's performance. You know, it's so backwards in sports. You know, it's just ridiculous, especially in this specific sport. In boxing, it's the only sport that this takes place in. Not in football. In football, you could fall down, turn the ankle, and everybody's crying and weeping and hugging, and somehow, he's the most amazing athlete in the world, but yeah, he just fell down and turned a toe, and he's going to be out for a day or two. But in boxing, you're out here sparring people, you're catching elbows, you're getting head-butted, you're turning ankles, you're having to run and do all this crazy stuff to make weight, which in these other sports, you don't have to make weight. It's crazy that boxing is the only sport where people don't believe that you could actually get an injury that could affect your performance.
Once again, I don't have no say-so. When these guys, certain fighters, when they want to fight, our job is to line it up.
So, to the people that think Errol Spence doesn't deserve a rematch, what if he actually beats Terence Crawford in this rematch the same way Terence Crawford beat him? Then what? This is why I love talking about boxing, but I don't get so deep into the fandom that I believe that these are two humans and not superheroes, that they can't be beat, or, you can't game plan your way into a victory. That's crazy. But back to the actual factual. Did they strip Terence Crawford to force a Boots Ennis fight? And the quick answer to that question is yes. Because of what went on with Errol Spence, they had no more time to allow Terence Crawford to allow things to play out, for lack of a better word. You held Boots' career up, the IBF did, for so long, thinking that these fights were going to materialize down the line, and they just can't. There are things that happen that are forcing new things to happen, especially with the Showtime situation. Now, if Terence Crawford would have just went ahead and agreed to the Errol Spence rematch in December, he could go on about his business, and I'm pretty sure the IBF wouldn't have stripped him, because he could have said, hey, let me fight Errol Spence in December, finish him on off, and then I'll go and I'll fight Boots, and then I'll relinquish all the titles. That way, the younger guys can get their come up. And that would have been a defense of his title. They wouldn't have stripped him, and he would have gotten Errol Spence up out the way.
Took you long enough, nigger.
But now, because he want to drag things out, he wants all this extra money, he wants everything in his favor. Now you got this situation to where the IBF said, if y'all going to drag this out into 2024, we can't keep holding Boots' career up. There are other fights that could be made. Not only just Boots, there are fighters behind Boots that want their opportunity as well. And the longer we hold Boots up, the longer we holding all the rest of these people up. So why would we continuously do that, and you're not even giving us any type of timeline? Like, think about it like this. Every time somebody asks Terence Crawford, what's going on with the Errol Spence fight?
I don't got no date right now, but I know that's the next fight that Terence Crawford.
What does he say? I don't know. Nobody knows if it's going to happen, but that's my next fight. Now, what happens when you go to the IBF and they ask you, hey, when do you plan on defending your IBF title? You say, I don't know. Errol Spence is my next fight. When it comes together, it comes together. I mean, what are they supposed to do with that? What are they supposed to say back to you when you tell them that? Are they supposed to say, okay, well, Bud, we'll just sit here and wait for you to make a decision because you run boxing? No, it don't work like that. And this is the reason, yes, I do feel like they had no choice but to strip Bud. Should they have stripped Errol Spence? Yeah, they should have stripped Errol Spence, but the difference is Errol Spence had medical waivers that got him out of being stripped. Is that fair or not? I don't know. Maybe Terence Crawford should have fell down and twisted an ankle like some of these football and basketball players do, and he would have had a built-in excuse to get out of being stripped.
You don't get freedom peacefully. Freedom is never safeguarded peacefully. Anyone who is depriving you of freedom isn't deserving of a peaceful approach by the ones who are being deprived of their freedom. And when black people in this country come out from under the mental straitjacket that the Negro clergymen have placed them in, and begin to see that the only way you can get freedom is to get it the same way the white man in this country got it from England. He was willing to pay the price for freedom. When you're willing to pay the price for freedom, then you'll get it. But the Negro in this country has never been willing to pay the price for his freedom. And we fought abroad so that the white man in America could be free today. To sick police dogs on us, to beat our people in the heads with police clubs, and to turn water hoses on little women and children and babies, simply because they want to walk down the street like decent human beings. The only way you can have peace is to eliminate those injustices, and the American white man is not going to eliminate them. He's going to talk that pretty talk, but he'll still continue to practice those inhuman deeds.
But y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. Hit that like button for me. Share. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tubes or holler at me over there. If you want to collabo, feature a product or your channel on my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail, because it is a flock of cards at gmail.com. And we are
Louis Keys, Louisville champ, pocket full of stamps, mouth full of lamps, lighting up the room. I assume summer camp is the only thing warmer. You just a performer, I'm a little more, bruh. I'm just getting warmed up, more kush, more blunts. Yo, bitch on some porn stuff. I never been on tour, but if I get another pound, I'ma need a tour bus. Riding through the city like a young Bill Lane bird, throwing elbows 6 days in the same girl. You niggas never seen a hustler till I walk right by ya. I'm somewhat flyer than y'all. I'm on my 502 shit, and Louis Keys brand new shit. You motherfuckers don't do shit. I'm on my 502 shit. I'm on my 502 shit. And Louis Keys brand new shit. You motherfuckers don't do shit. Hey yo, I got a bad bitch, and she hop up on the pole, and she take it to the top, then she bring it down slow. When she land, niggas throwing out they dough. They probably wouldn't do it if they knew just where it go. Cause they hate to see a nigga like me grubbing, so I keep heat like I sleep in the oven. Wake up, hop out the stove, thinking to myself, why am I still cold? I'm super cool, cooler than you. I ain't scared of no nigga, what you won't do? No offense, but I'm trying to stack buckaroos till I'm rich as a couple Jews. I'm on my 502 shit, and Louis Keys brand new shit. You motherfuckers don't do shit. I'm on that 502 shit. I'm on my 502 shit, and Louis Keys brand new shit. You motherfuckers don't do shit. I'm on my 502 shit. Hold up, better yet, come on. This that type of shit you can't front on. $5 shirt, $500 cologne. My shit come on, the girls like Shamon. Young Keys, 50 deuces. See the cops and I tell the 50 deuces. Show they look good, but I buy no coochie. Flow so stupid, exclusive, it's Louis Keys.